Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you realized that others didn't care about you? Have you ever experienced moments when your achievements, valuable contributions, or brilliant suggestions were ignored or unrecognized? Coping with these circumstances can be a real challenge. Unfortunately, even by acting correctly, seeking the common good, and being available to others, your merit can be overlooked or deliberately ignored. Persisting in trying to please those who do not value your efforts can result in frustration, and correcting the situation can be difficult. This feeling is especially discouraging in close relationships, such as with family, friends, or a partner. According to Stoic Principles, waiting for recognition from others is ineffective, since it is out of our control and may never happen. Therefore, it is advisable to avoid having this expectation, as it can lead to disappointment. However, there are strategies that can potentially make you relevant and gain recognition. By understanding and applying the following guidelines, you will be able to achieve this goal. These 9 procedures offer guidelines on how to maintain consistent importance in the lives of those who are important to you. Now that the problem has been clarified, it is time to change your approach and learn the solution. Let's move on. Step 1. Stimulate concern about your absence through emotional strategies. The psychological theory of loss aversion suggests that the fear of losing often has more impact than the desire to gain. Applying this principle strategically can have a profound effect on how others view and value you. By creating an environment that hints at the possibility of loss, you encourage more intense emotional involvement in maintaining the bond. The essence of this tactic lies in the deliberate implementation of emotional distancing. This involves an intentional change in your behavior, characterized by a reduction in the sharing of emotions and personal confidences. By decreasing the previously established emotional intimacy, an element of uncertainty is introduced that leads the other party to reconsider the relevance of the relationship. By distributing your time and attention among different people, you emphasize that your attention is not focused exclusively on the person in question. Actively participating in a broader social circle shows that your life is rich and diverse, and that you find satisfaction in a variety of relationships. This diversification subtly communicates that the other person is not the only center of your universe. Although the fear of loss strategy can be very effective, its application requires sensitivity and a deep understanding of the delicate balance between instilling a sense of urgency and avoiding complete emotional detachment. Excessive distancing can cause the other person to interpret it as disinterest or abandonment, harming any effort to revitalize the connection. Therefore, the key is to use this method sparingly and wisely. It is essential to assess the emotional sensitivity of the individual and the nature of their relationship before adopting this strategy. Understanding the emotional landscape of the other person allows you to adjust your focus, ensuring that the fear of loss is introduced subtly, without causing irreversible damage. Finding the right balance between creating a sense of urgency and maintaining a foundation for reconnection is the hallmark of an effective implementation. When exploring the intricate dynamics of human relationships, strategically evoking the fear of missing out can serve as a powerful catalyst for resetting priorities. By carefully orchestrating emotional dynamics, introducing a calculated degree of distance, and diversifying your social network, you encourage a re-evaluation of the value of connection. This psychological strategy, when used discerningly, can pave the way for a renewed and prioritized relationship. Step 2. Increase your valuation by cultivating unavailability. In relationships, the principle of quality over quantity resonates deeply. This implies that the value of your presence in someone's life is enhanced by the depth and meaning of your interactions, not simply by the constant availability of your time. While being present and accessible is crucial, there is an inherent risk in being too available, the possibility of being taken for granted. The goal is not to become completely inaccessible, but to find a balance that highlights the importance of your presence. Promoting unavailability does not mean rigidly establishing when you are available, but rather emphasizing the need to put your own demands front and center in the relationship. If your interactions are characterized by constant adjustments and compromises, it is vital to readjust and ensure that your accessibility is aligned with your individual well-being. This realignment sends a strong message about self-esteem and the relevance of mutual respect. A vital element in promoting inaccessibility is projecting an impression of autonomy and an existence beyond the relationship. This does not indicate disconnection or lack of interest, but emphasizes that your life involves several areas. By exhibiting an independent and fulfilling existence outside of the relationship, you indicate that your time is precious and that you are not constantly waiting for someone else's attention. This discrete shift in perception amplifies the perceived value of your presence. Striking the right balance is critical to the success of this tactic. It is about maintaining a degree of availability that favors connection, avoiding excesses that reduce its apparent value. The goal is to establish a dynamic where accessibility is a deliberate decision, reinforcing the importance of shared moments. Strategically promoting unavailability highlights the importance you have within the relationship. This leads the other party to recognize and value the unique characteristics you bring to the union, fostering a deeper sense of esteem. This subtle approach motivates them to prioritize and actively pursue your business, realizing that your presence is not a constant guarantee. In the complexity of relationships, promoting unavailability acts as an effective strategy to increase the perceived value of your presence. By embracing the principle of quality over quantity, prioritizing your needs, and showing a life beyond the relationship, you position yourself as an authentic and valued priority. Maintaining a delicate balance between availability and autonomy ensures that your presence is appreciated, fostering a more intense and meaningful connection. Step 3. Spark interest with a touch of mystery. In relationship dynamics, the natural human attraction to the unknown and the enigmatic is a powerful force. The fascination with unraveling the mystery creates an attractive and memorable connection. By strategically incorporating an element of enigma, you can pique the other person's curiosity and elevate your standing in their eyes. The secret to benefiting from mystery lies in the art of gradual personal revelation. Instead of revealing every aspect of yourself right away, give subtle hints about your passions, interests, and experiences. This reflective approach allows the other person to engage in an exploratory process, fostering a feeling of excitement and interest in getting to know you more deeply. Another effective technique is to answer questions with some ambiguity. While honest communication is crucial, avoiding divulging extensive details from the beginning contributes to the aura of mystery. This method sparks curiosity and encourages the other person to spend time and effort deciphering the nuances of your personality. Exposing your past too much in the early stages of a relationship can eliminate the element of mystery. Instead, practice restraint, allowing the revelation of your story to be a gradual process, creating a narrative that keeps the other person engaged and intrigued. The general objective is to maintain interest over time. By preserving an element of mystery, you encourage continued interest in yourself. Gradually revealing facets of your personality keeps the connection dynamic and encourages the other person to see you as a priority worth investing time and effort into understanding. Making room for mystery strategically positions you as a captivating presence in someone's life. The artistic balance between self-revelation, vagueness, and controlled exploration of the past creates an engaging narrative that stimulates curiosity. As the other person becomes increasingly intrigued, the likelihood increases that you will be perceived as a priority in their life, laying the foundation for a meaningful and lasting connection. Step 4. Cultivate recognition through strategic investments. At the heart of this step is the understanding that people tend to consider it important when they have substantial investments in the relationship. Reciprocity plays a crucial role here. Those who dedicate time, effort, and emotions generally value the relationship more. The challenge lies in finding a balance between encouraging investment and avoiding creating emotional distance. Allowing someone to spend time with you becomes an effective tactic for promoting appreciation. By occasionally rejecting plans, you create a situation where the other person has to work hard to earn your time. This careful strategy conveys that your time is valuable and not readily available. The subtle technique of making them wait on certain occasions adds a challenge, making them rethink and value your company. A crucial point of this strategy is maintaining a careful balance. While it is vital to encourage investment, it is also vital not to create excessive emotional separation. The ideal balance involves alternating between accessibility and inaccessibility, making the other person feel the stimulus without feeling overwhelmed. Moderation is essential to prevent adverse outcomes and achieve the goal of being seen as a priority. The effectiveness of this method depends on its careful execution. Excesses, whether in constant availability or excessive absence, can lead to opposite results. Over-availability can put the other person off, defeating the purpose of fostering appreciation. The trick is to apply this tactic in moderation, creating a balanced dynamic that promotes investment without generating emotional distance. Intentionally creating challenges plays a key role in this approach. By allowing the other person to invest effort in you, you establish a challenge that causes them to rethink and value your presence. This discrete change in dynamics reinforces the perception of being a valued priority, creating a scenario in which the relationship gains more importance due to the effort dedicated. Encouraging someone to invest in you is a subtle but effective strategy for making yourself a priority. The dynamics of reciprocity, the value of time, and the creation of challenges are fundamental to this refined approach. Cautious handling, proper balance, and avoidance of unwanted effects are vital components for the desired success. In the mechanics of relationships, promoting investment is a strategic tool to develop connections where being a priority is a natural result. Step 5. Strengthen self-esteem by recognizing your own needs. Putting your needs at the forefront is an act of self-affirmation that requires a clear distinction between selfishness and authenticity. This involves making deliberate decisions to avoid situations that could diminish your own value. If you notice that someone is not treating you with the respect you deserve, giving importance to your own needs means distancing yourself from those interactions. The goal is to create environments where your intrinsic value is recognized and equalized. A crucial aspect of prioritizing your needs is to strategically identify and avoid situations that could compromise your value. If a relationship or connection consistently doesn't respect your value, taking a step back becomes an act of self-respect. By distancing yourself from disrespectful or derogatory interactions, you set the stage for being perceived as a priority by fostering connections with those who truly value you. To become a priority in someone's life, it is essential to be surrounded by people who reciprocally put your needs at the forefront. Meaningful connections thrive on mutual respect and recognition. Choosing relationships in which both parties actively prioritize each other creates an environment conducive to authentic connections. This approach contributes to the perception of being a valued priority in the eyes of others. Recognizing that you can't control another person's feelings is a crucial aspect of prioritizing your needs. Although you can influence the dynamics of a relationship, you have no direct control over how others perceive or prioritize you. Therefore, the approach is aimed at promoting self-esteem and self-understanding. By recognizing this boundary, you gain the power to shape relationships based on mutual respect rather than trying to control external perceptions. To be a priority in someone's life, the crucial step is to make sure you are a priority in your own life. This involves cultivating a strong self-image and recognizing your intrinsic value. By prioritizing your needs and actively engaging in relationships that mutually enhance them, you contribute to a positive self-image. This self-confidence becomes a magnetic force that attracts connections that appreciate and prioritize you. Prioritizing your needs in relationships is a multifaceted strategy that goes beyond self-interest. It involves making conscious decisions to surround yourself with people who mutually prioritize you. By strategically avoiding disrespectful situations and promoting a positive self-perception, you lay the foundation for being perceived as a priority. In the intricate tapestry of relationships, prioritizing your needs becomes a pillar for cultivating connections that honor and value you. Step 6. Generate fascination through calculated distance. The human mind is often drawn to what seems inaccessible. The concept of weirdness, in which perceived effort intensifies desire, is a widely recognized phenomenon. The idea that the neighbor's green is always brighter reflects the human tendency to be seduced by what seems out of reach. Applying this to interpersonal interactions, this step suggests taking advantage of the allure of the inaccessible to increase the other person's attraction to you. At the heart of this step is the importance of not making someone the exclusive focus of your existence. The purpose is not to create emotional distance, but to demonstrate that your life is made up of multiple facets and does not revolve solely around their presence. This intentional practice indicates that you are not desperately seeking their attention, establishing a dynamic in which the other person begins to value your company more over time. Maintaining a certain level of distance emerges as an effective strategy to strengthen attraction. This does not imply a total emotional disconnection, but rather a reflective approach in which your life encompasses several relevant aspects beyond the relationship. This distance, when managed properly, acts as a catalyst to intensify the other person's desire for your company. As the dynamic develops, the conscious decision not to center your life around someone creates an environment in which that person begins to more deeply appreciate your presence. The recognition that your existence encompasses other elements beyond the relationship awakens a feeling of mystery and longing. This gradual appreciation helps to naturally transform the perception of being a priority. The success of this strategy depends on maintaining a subtle balance. Although the goal is not to focus exclusively on the other person, it is vital to avoid establishing an exaggerated emotional separation. The ideal balance involves careful navigation, ensuring that the distance accentuates the attraction without causing negative effects. Cultivating charm through balanced detachment is a strategic step that should be considered a priority. Understanding and applying the appeal of the unattainable, avoiding desperate attention-seeking, and skillfully managing distance are keys to carrying out this tactic effectively. By promoting appreciation of your own value and maintaining a delicate balance, this step becomes an effective tool for influencing relationship dynamics, where prioritization is a natural and desired outcome. Step 7. The strategy of taking a step back from the communications initiative. Communication plays an essential role in any relationship, and the dynamics of who initiates it can subtly influence perceptions. While it may seem logical that the primary initiator is considered a priority, the opposite is often true. When someone always takes on the role of initiator, the other party may unintentionally begin to take these efforts for granted, resulting in a gradual decline in perceived importance. At first, limiting the initiation of communication may seem counterproductive. After all, wouldn't expressing interest involve actively reaching out? However, the strategic retreat from constant initiation serves a specific purpose. By refraining from constantly leading, you create a vacuum that urges the other person to take on the role of initiator. This subtle change can have profound implications for how they perceive your importance in their life. The deliberate withdrawal strategy involves making a conscious decision not to be the primary initiator and observing the subsequent dynamics. If the other person truly values the connection, they will likely notice the change and make an effort to close the communication gap. This natural response is a testament to their recognition of your importance and their mutual investment in maintaining the connection. The core of this step is to generate genuine interest on both sides. While limiting initiative may seem like distancing, it serves to allow the other person to actively express their interest in the relationship. This reciprocal commitment reinforces the authenticity of the connection, ensuring that communication efforts are balanced and reflect mutual respect. It is crucial to note that a strategic retreat in the communications initiative does not imply indifference. The goal is not to create emotional distance, but to recalibrate the dynamic in a way that promotes a more balanced and reciprocal connection. This intentional pause in the initiative serves as an invitation for the other person to actively participate in the communicative dynamic. Step 8. Mastering the cultivation of personal happiness. The appeal of seeking happiness through other people is undeniable, but it comes with inherent risks. Relying solely on another person for joy sets the stage for potential disappointment. Furthermore, this dependency can lead to the submission of personal agency as one adapts to the agendas and priorities of another, creating an environment ripe for resentment. Being considered important in someone's life goes beyond ensuring you a space in their thoughts. It makes a valuable contribution to the total structure of your life. Fostering your own joy is essential to achieving this subtle balance. By radiating self-satisfaction, you not only preserve your lasting well-being, but you also convey an atmosphere of balance and self-confidence that you naturally attract. Personal independence is an attractive quality that captures people's attention. By radiating happiness that comes from your own interests, passions, and satisfactions, you become a positive influence in the lives of others. This self-generated joy is an invitation for others to become more deeply involved with you, recognizing that your company is an enriching complement to their happiness. Developing personal happiness involves authentic commitment to your passions, interests, and goals. Doing activities that bring pleasure not only enriches your own life, but also contributes to the genuine joy you radiate. Authenticity in these endeavors serves as a beacon that indicates to others that you are living a fulfilling life on your own terms. The impact of personal happiness extends to relationship dynamics. When you are satisfied and independently fulfilled, you bring positive energy to your interactions. This positivity becomes an integral part of how others perceive you, reinforcing the idea that your presence is nurturing, not dependent. Step 9. The ability to be prepared to detach. The idea of distancing yourself from a partner can be challenging and fraught with emotional complexities. However, it is a fundamental step to assert one's own value. By demonstrating a willingness to step aside, you powerfully communicate that you will accept nothing less than the respect and appreciation you deserve. Being prepared to walk away is a manifestation of self-esteem. It's a bold statement that your presence is a valuable contribution to any relationship. The right person, recognizing this intrinsic value, will naturally strive to keep you around. As for the actions under your control, ensuring that your attitudes are aligned with ethics is essential. This step does not involve manipulation strategies or emotional games. Rather, it is a commitment to act in favor of your well-being and satisfaction. Acting with integrity ensures that your decisions are based on authenticity and honesty. A crucial point of this step is to understand that not all actions will be easily recognized or valued. People may not constantly see the value you provide, especially if they are used to your constant presence. Patience becomes a virtue when dealing with the uncertainty of how your willingness to walk away will be perceived over time. Being prepared to distance yourself is a journey that requires patience. As you enter this realm of self-respect, it is essential to appreciate and recognize your own worth, cultivate self-confidence, and maintain an unwavering belief in the importance of your presence. This self-assessment becomes a guiding light as you navigate the complexities of relationships over time. If you consistently maintain your commitment to self-respect and prioritize your well-being, people will naturally begin to value your presence. The willingness to walk away acts as a catalyst for a transformative change in others' perception of you. This is not an instant reward, but rather the gradual recognition of your intrinsic value in the dynamics of the relationship. The willingness to walk away represents a liberating expression of self-respect. It is the recognition that your journey involves interactions that align with your value. Although it may initially seem like a challenge, this step turns out to be a transformative act, paving the way for relationships in which you are not just an option, but a valued priority. It is a profound journey into the realm of self-love and recognition, setting the stage for authentic and reciprocal connections. In conclusion, we have all had moments when we feel abandoned or not treated as a priority. However, it is essential to remember that each of us has a unique life journey, and the preferences of others do not always reflect our true value. Instead of allowing these situations to undermine our self-esteem, we can transform them into opportunities for our personal development. The solution is to prioritize ourselves, taking care of our happiness and mental health. Little by little, others will begin to recognize and value us appropriately. It is important to keep in mind that even when others do not consider us a priority, we can and should treat ourselves with the importance we deserve. This is not selfishness, it is self-care and personal affirmation. By adopting this posture, we can establish more balanced relationships, make decisions aligned with our goals, and live a more full and meaningful life.